Welcome to Booth TV. All you people out there, this is a special episode coming at you. This is the season 1 finale. And when we talk about season 1 and where we started and where we're going, we're just getting better and better, and we're trying to make it more inclusive and more entertaining for all you out there watching. So season 2 is coming up soon. And some of the things that we're going to be doing, some of the new segments we're going to be releasing, one of them is going to be third party politics with BBT. And you might be saying to yourself, but wait, there's already third parties. Yeah, that's true. But to be fair, none of the third parties even have a chance of winning. We are essentially in a two-party political system, right? And here's the thing. I've said it before in some of the episodes. I constantly say it to people in real life. We need to create a third party that is truly for the people. But how do you do this? How do you accomplish this? Well, I think the first step is recognizing and waking people up to the fact that Republicans and Democrats are really no different. They're in fact exactly the same. Now you might be saying to yourself, what do you mean? The Republicans and Democrats couldn't be any different, right? And, that's what they want you to believe. But the fact is, the political parties are controlled by big business corporations, and both of them do the same things 80 to 5 to 95% of the time. The real difference in the Democrats and the Republicans are really just flashpoint topics that get people distracted from the truth, right? And you say, no, that can't be. Look at the different policies. Look at the different things. Look at the way the states deal with things and they're in red. Look at the way they deal with it when they're in blue. So, you know, a lot of people are fooled into believing that they have this choice. I like to call it the perception of choice because really, you don't have a choice. Really, the people that you're voting for are going to do the exact same things, cause the exact same problems, with a few extreme differences when you get to the fringes of either the left or the right. What I plan to do is try to bring us to the center and create a political movement, if you will, for the people, for us, for me, for you. I'm not a political somebody who studied that. I'm not an expert, as you would say. What I am is a regular person. But I do watch things, I see things, I use my brain, and I'm hoping that some of you are feeling the same way as I am. So when you talk about, you know, how can I justify this? How can I prove this? Well, I want to show you just one thing. All right, so right here, you got the 2019 to 2020 um, political contributions. Now, this is specifically on the top for your federal candidates. And as you can see, 907,686 is the total they did to federal candidates during this election cycle. $434,800 went to the Democrats. $472,886 to the Republicans. And you'll notice the percentages there: 47.90 to 52.10%. Now, this is just one company. And I chose Pfizer because it's a company that everybody knows. Everybody understands. We talk about big pharma and the different global entities that control the world. Well, that's just it. Why would these companies give the same or pretty much equal funding to both sides, right? Doesn't make much sense when you think about it. If they're so different, then why are these big businesses paying both? Why are they putting dollars into both sides' pockets? Well, this is just one of the many things that we're going to talk about when we get to season 2 and we launch this. And guys, I know I'm going to be talking about some things that's probably going to get some people angry, upset. It is what it is. What you can understand is that I am truly in the center. I believe some things on the left. I believe some things on the right. I believe that the overall culture for the leadership in both of these parties is being controlled by big business and funded by big business. And is really using the fringes or the outside perspectives of the extremes to control and make you believe that there's difference, but there's not. So, season 2, come join BBT, Third Party Politics, and we're going to get down to some stuff. But until then, enjoy the finale episode of season 1. Peace.
It's a good time that we live in. No, there's no time like the present, and we gon' live it up until we fade away. Yeah, you know, this is a good time that we live in.
Yeah, dude. Right there. Sorry, I'm gonna end this shit and I'm gonna start saying something different because I got a freestyle intuition with this. I'm trying to start a bit of a business podcast, some shit that we're witnessing. If people want to join us, clicking like, what's with this gettable business shit? Like we chilling with BBT, smoking ganja. My eyes so creased I can hardly see if I can't harm ya. Unless I pass you this shit, you'll feel like the Dalai Lama.
Spitting that shit.
What?
Chronicles. Yeah, we ripping that shit.
Ripping it up.
Do whatever we please, putting in business quick. Don't give a fuck about you or your little clique. It's over. These soldiers gonna roll over your whole shit and just blow our composure up on your poses. Cause we don't know ya. Peace, we out, dog. Right, it's over.
You trying to blow my composure? I got a boy who'll get that shit to your postal fleet, and I'll blow your composure, G. Give a fuck about these peeps. They're trying to call out their fellow MCs that you can never see them with when they're hanging out in the fucking street. Shit, man. I roll my shit in sheets. Takes me 3 blunts to roll something that I think is neat. It's gonna get my eyes fucking creased. Instead, I gotta roll like 3, 4, 5, 6 or more. My eyes get pied-eyed. You guys come and hand me. See how I fly by.
Fly by as we float. We just cope with the shit every day we smoking. And we so potent, like we just need the dope shit. All these motherfuckers don't come and get this, all this hope shit. Dog, we just open up a can of whip ass on your cracks. Motherfuckers know it's over like that, that's right over in the flash. Cause we just blow you apart one at a time on every track. Motherfuckers know that it's over, these motherfuckers rap.
We never hoping. I go coaster and I go on this coast by and grab that shit. Cause it's mine, I gotta guide it by that shit. When I come and slide by, when it's my time, I gotta take the ride, look into my eyes, man. You never know what the fuck I'm thinking, you never know what my head is. Enemies like fucking blinking, like open a can of fucking worms. You don't know what the fuck you thinking, man. Everywhere I'm hanging around, everybody's like, look at this kid, man, he's a fucking clown, but damn man, looking fucking dangerous now. Dangerous now.
What we all
Always
about.
stressing out.
Fuck all your clout, we don't
What
give a
you
fuck
about?
about you doubt me, never,
clout?
cause I be better on any beat, shred up any motherfucker like the Beretta, see, me let loose and let off like 100 fucking rounds, all these motherfuckers know that when the GBC come down, from above you, from the clouds, we just know that we're gonna make you motherfuckers bounce, we're in the time dog and we out.
Yo, all that cloud sounds like something I serve my boys when we chill in the booth, just spilling it out, mess around. Fuck, no doubt. You guys talk like we clown and know we clown around smoking. We making sure our sound drowns everything. You fucking loking, sitting there looking at me like you the fucking creep. How you fucking be? You fucking Pauly P. I'm more of a creep than you could ever fucking see or conceive being or even believe you could ever be. Kid, why don't you look at me, man? I'm fucking meanest. I got that shit, man, in my fucking hand.
He's amazing.
Amazing.
Dog, we blazing. This shit
He's
we
amazing.
raising. This
Listen to me.
What?
I am the captain now.
You the captain.
Okay, he's the captain
He's
now.
the captain now.
Uh-oh.
No, but for real, I just wanted to come back. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Just wanted to congratulate you on wrapping up the first season of the
What up,
podcast.
yeah. We're excited
Yeah.
about it, dude.
We are.
Yeah.
We
It's been a
like
fun
to thank
ride.
you for giving us little tips like this banner right here. You know what I mean? We had this shit in there forever, and for some reason we just
Never thought
did
to
shit
put
about
out.
it, right?
Yeah, you know, sometimes it just takes a different perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, that's why I wanted to sort of come and like flip the script a little bit. You
Flip the
know,
script?
like.
okay.
Wanted to come on and sort of like you guys interview me. Now I
Yeah.
want to put you guys in the hot seat.
Oh,
I thought it was
I
a
mean-
little warm over here. It's actually pretty hot in this.
I mean, I was telling your brother this the other day. Like,
Yeah.
I've been a creator pretty much my whole life.
Yep.
I try to be consistent. I try to put out a lot of different projects.
Yep.
But to be honest with you, I gotta give you guys props because like you consistently are out there. Like you guys work harder than anybody I know. Like in the any
thank
creative
you.
field.
We appreciate
like,
that.
We try.
You know,
Yeah.
like despite like no matter what you have, like use the gear that you have, the materials that you have,
Yeah.
the people that you have, and
The
you
equipment
just
we
fucking
have.
you make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're all about, man.
And we
you know?
appreciate you for that same reason, man.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean,
taught
you
us how
know.
to do all that stuff.
I mean, in the end, it really just comes down to making a schedule and sticking with it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You see, I'm ADD as fuck, so
Yeah.
It really does come down to that. Just riding and going the path.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
That's
I
the fun
mean,
part about it.
committing to something and then, saying you're committed to something and actually being committed to something.
Mhm.
It's two completely different things, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
me and Paulie originally only were going to do one episode a month, and we just so happened to do the second episode 2 weeks later.
Dude,
So we kept to that time, and I said, fuck
it's
it.
literally like the people who made the shirt took pictures of my hands, dude. Look at that.
Oh, yeah?
Look,
Why
it's
don't
like,
you show them, see if they agree?
yeah, well, I was seeing it right here is the one I was looking at.
Oh, well, sorry. I'm just,
Right here. See, doesn't it look like they literally used my hands for these pictures on
Did
this
they?
thing? No,
mean,
it's, I don't know. My cousin.
Yeah,
Yeah, my cousin took
like,
two
where did
pictures
I
of my
get my
hands.
royalties?
I mean, I don't know. I think hands that kind of look like hands. Is,
I mean,
you
dude,
can
look
have
at
different
these
skin
friggin' mashed
colors, but
potato
that's
diggers,
about
dude.
it.
Those ain't no regular hands.
Yeah.
Those are some
Some
clog hopping
some
meat
fucking-
thumpers,
Some big boys.
some big doggers.
Some big boys.
I just noticed that right now. Like,
So what's happening, man?
So no, I just wanted to come on and like sort of just pick your brains a little bit. Like
Okay.
I'm trying to, as you know, I'm trying to get my podcast going,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that you got a lot of people out there who are trying to, if not do a podcast, trying to do music, they're trying to do movies, they're trying to do graphics, photography,
Yeah.
any
right.
creative endeavor. So I just wanted to sort of see like what is your process? How do you do it? Like you sort of just like
We get in there.
went
We
to, like, how
make
to
a
make it
plan to
consistent.
meet up
Yeah.
to get it, and then
Yeah.
when you do it all the time, we get sick of doing the same thing. You have to force yourself to do it like what you're doing, but do it more creatively. You do it a little bit differently because we don't do this so much to be putting out stuff for people. We do it for ourselves. You know,
Yeah.
and if we're not entertained with it, we don't think that other people are gonna be entertained with it either. So it's just
Yeah.
and every time like he gets here literally, and I'll just be sitting there, and he'll come and he'll get on the computer, check on the pages.
Yeah.
And I'm like, once he's here, I know I get out my notebook and I gotta start writing out my little bits or like my little things,
Yep.
just following through with it. You know, it's like he doesn't even say. I don't talk to him before he comes over on
Yeah.
these days. He just shows
Well,
up here and like.
I mean, I think that's probably one of the most interesting things about the way we do it because we truly don't really go into it with any kind of plan. We know that we're going to start with DOS first, then freestyles. We know we're going to maybe do either Canication or Ghetto Grub. We try to put in a performance, and then we try to do like some of the fictitious statistics or whatever. But aside from that, we just kind of roll with it and record each segment independently and
make it fun.
improvise.
Mhm.
You know, and I think that's one of the things that really holds people back. Like when I do research on the internet about YouTube and your channels and how do you make it better, people are always like, oh, script it out, reshoot it, make sure it's perfect, and that's true to a point. But
So, whenever-
eventually, you got to just create the content
And
and
do
let
it.
it go.
So you actually just hit on where it's something I am notorious. You guys have been,
Yeah.
we've been bros for a while, so
Long
you know
time.
this. I'm notoriously a perfectionist,
Yeah, right.
which sounds great on paper, but the reality
it looks
is
good too. Obviously, it looks
Yeah.
good too on camera.
when shit it looks nice when
Yeah.
it gets done. The
Right.
problem is perfection is perfect is the enemy of done,
So it's
Yeah.
never.
and that is what I run into. So how do you guys deal with that?
I would say we just don't
Yeah,
try
we
to
don't
do
think
perfect.
something was perfect. The next time, we just try to improve on it. The next time,
Yeah.
have more of the resources available
Yeah.
for the next time, because it's kind of like you can't really dwell on yesterday.
Yeah.
And when we're doing it, the idea is that's why it was Sunday, and we do it every other Sunday to start. And
Yep.
even Jack, one of our friends, Jack Savini, was saying that we should just get a bunch of episodes recorded before we even start releasing them. And that
Yeah.
right there is kind of like, you have like your 5th episode recorded or whatever, and you haven't released any, and when your 5th one looks like this as
You
opposed to
lose
the first one. How can you put out the first episode when you have this one sitting there on deck? You know?
Right.
That's a
Right.
great point.
And,
Yeah, so
well,
just-
and the other thing too is like here's the thing. Like if you watch each of the episodes, you know, there's problems, and we could have sat there and we could have watched it, and we could have went back, we could have re-recorded it, right? But why?
Yeah.
That would have just made it take either twice as long. It wouldn't have gotten posted on the
And it
schedule.
wouldn't have been as real too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
You
the
know,
other thing
so
too
you
is
can't
like
make funny happen twice.
when you do future
fun.
episodes, you know, with us, we talk about shit like when we do the battle news or whatever, you know, political thing we're talking about. It's current. So if we waited 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks to put it out, you're going to be talking about shit that people have probably already
Well, even
forgot.
us versus them, that beat gets buried. Those beats that we do they get buried. They're only there for like that. I mean, they're on the page, but you know, you got to go dig through their site, really looking for what they are, you know?
Yeah. So my advice to people would be like, just roll with the punches, put your mistakes out there, and improve it on to the next time.
Believe in P, the most believable being, you inconceivably lean in. Cause every line is laid. Hit a beat 2 times. I rip dry eye to find a higher line. For a higher finding. Mount Everest, try it. Tries that lead to muchos finding. Crying never defy why your eyes are drowning. Pout never find out why the sky's falling. Why you keep on coming up to shore. Life's too short to stop and not go forth. Drinking for. Dropping in less than 4. GBC make it rain, let it pour. We bring a storm into more.
Hey yo, what's up? It's Paul P with the recap of Season 1, Booth TV. We reported on cows stuck in trees, shitting on Teslas. We talked about all kinds of crazy shit. But now there's so much at stake, we gotta steer clear of all the cowards and chuds. Carriage on as we smoke away and grow and show each other so much stuff, you know. Season 1 brought you fictitious statistics, us versus them, ghetto grub. But now Season 2 is going to be so much more. Some puns, some practical puns, some practical punner, and so much more. You guys just tune in for this. It's going to be so much fun. I mean, there's going to be some stuff on the show that's pretty serious, but I'm not going to be the one talking about that shit.
Right.
That's not my department. I'm going to be the one trying to learn from that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just it. We wanted a group experience. We have a lot of fun. We wanted to come from every different angle. What was I saying? Oh, we started season off with cows stuck in trees to shitting on Teslas, son. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, what was it? We reported on bees. Some lady was using a bees to stop the cops from evicting her. She was just like, throwing fucking beehives at these cops, like, active beehives. You know what
they
I'm
weren't
saying?
even evicting her. They were just evicting some guy. He showed up, like, back out, like...
Came up like superhero, like people.
She showed up, she had a bunch of beehives, and she brought them up to stop the eviction from happening. But, you know, just like, just fun. We want it to be fun stuff and not too. He wants you to take him seriously. He wants to be taken seriously. I don't particularly want to be taken seriously.
I mean, it depends. It depends on what we're doing.
It's like Abbott and Costello over here.
Yeah. Well, I want the people to be serious about their political views and start learning third-party politics.
And, you know,
but,
I never really had one.
We're also trying to work on our comedy and our humor. I mean, you know, we have so many unspecified sketches or outlines, I guess you could say. You know, and it's just a matter of figuring out how to do them.
And you
know?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, and you guys have like been in the freestyle like rap game for a very long time now. I see parallels in some ways to this, and to the point where like you're just getting out and doing it. You know, it's sort of like quality is important. I actually saw a study once where they had one group that was focused solely on quality, one group that was focused solely on quantity. Which group do you think made the? They were I forget what it was, some sort of like artwork that they were making.
Yeah.
Which one do you think came out better?
Oh, the quantity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
which is sort of counterintuitive, but it makes sense because the quality group tried to make one really nice one, but the quantity group just kept cranking them out, and as a result of that,
it's like he just friend you hate because he's always hitting on every girl and he ends up getting laid. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you want to invite him to the party, but you don't really want to take in all the chicks.
Yeah.
You know,
well, here's the thing. I mean, the quality of a quantity thing, I think it really comes down to how established are you, right? Because you are already established, you have 100,000, 200,000, whatever, all these followers, they're going to want to see something that's more quality.
Sure. But that also, I would say that there is nobody who's gotten 100,000, unless it's like, you know, some random viral video for sure. But like, as far as like an actual produced format, like, nobody's getting 100,000 views on their first... No, they build it up. Like product, and again, I mean, you know, you're always going to need quantity because,
the other thing too you got to take in is people's attention spans very, very short.
Absolutely.
Right? Like you know, you would do better to have 115-second clips than 100, 15-minute videos.
Absolutely.
You know, because people are only going to pay attention to things for a very short amount of time.
And that's where it came down to make the episode, drop it, move on. We look at it, we watch it, we see what we need to make improvements on.
Yep.
We talk to people like you, people will tell us. He has a couple friends that you just we make suggestions, and we'll always
Take them into
examine it.
consideration. For
Yeah, we examine them because, we're just 4 eyes right here. Or sorry, 6 eyes if you count my sunglasses.
And we're not.
And then you add your eyes.
Yeah.
What is that?
I mean, well, here's the thing: we're not afraid of criticism either. Because, like, I mean, we've said it many
Everybody's got
times.
different opinions, you know.
Well, not only that, but it's not like we're professionals. It's not like we get paid. We do this as a hobby.
Oh, but I would push back and say that as again, like, the more time you put into it, like the more familiar you get. Like that is, I mean, that's how you build you can build an education for yourself that way just by simply doing it.
And better education, the more people you have involved too.
And that's the thing. Honestly, at a certain point, like
everybody gets a.
You haven't stepped in a classroom or like anything like that, but at a certain point, you've done enough and like had enough hands-on experience where like your knowledge will surpass.
Well, I think what perfectly sums up me and Paulie is like we got all this equipment, right? There's all these buttons. We only press like 2. We don't even know what the other ones do.
I use these fingers to press all my buttons. I'm gonna go for it. Pick a random one.
You know, like even on this thing,
switches on the mixer.
even on this thing, I kind of grasp all of them, but I just hit the ones I need. I don't know.
Coming soon in season 2.
Yeah.
Watch GBC read the manual.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll do that. I'll actually read the manual one time out loud. If we record it and just have it on our site. Like, no, it's like season 6. At the start of season 6, we finally go and read the manual. Like, oh, so that's what this button does, and just like have something in the other room blow up or something like that.
you know what we'll do? We'll do like you see people doing the tutorial videos, but instead of like explaining how to do things, it'll just be us learning how to do things.
Hell yeah! Honestly, that's half of what tutorial videos are.
It's like we don't really know what's going on with this button, so we're gonna push it.
Don't touch that one.
Danger, Will Robinson. Fictitious statistics with Paulie P.
Oh snap! That's me. In 1902, only 25% of rattlesnake bites were reported. This is kind of weird because 80% of rattlesnake bites result in death, serious tissue loss, or amputation. Male sharks have 2 penises known as claspers. 80% of female sharks prefer DP. When someone says something happens 100% of the time when it's about to happen, there's a 35% chance that it does not. So you can rub your belly and pat your head. I'm freaking proud of you. Wasn't preschool a blast, dude? It's harder than it looks.
Man, fuck this shit. And the podcast is really just like a day in the life of the GBC.
Mm-hmm,
you know
totally.
what I mean?
Or it's that week. Or that 2 weeks.
But I wanted to circle back for a second about the long form, short form, and we talked about like, is it better to do short content? So, long form content's important, but what we learned is so when we were initially making episodes, we were doing probably about 45 to 50 minutes, right? Which we thought was great, and we were adding in all these things, we were doing these things, and we were kind of like forcing, like, okay, in between this part and this part, we got to do 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But we actually made the decision right around, I don't know, episode, I want to say like 7 or 8, to change it to like a 30-minute timeline. And the thing about YouTube algorithms is the longer percentage of watch time you get, the more it pumps things, right? So all those extra minutes, we're just lowering our percentage. Because so even if like they watch episode 1 that was 48 minutes long or whatever, and for 10 or 12 minutes, 12 minutes, then they watch episode, let's say it's 8, whatever, which has like 29 minutes, and they still only watch 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The percentage is higher.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's a good thing to have. Because completion rates are almost more important, or probably the most important.
Ask the ladies, they'll tell you that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, again,
you're finished.
The thing about it is, like, we're just learning. You know what I mean? Like, I did an experiment the other day. I posted a short, like, whatever, a week ago.
No test tubes or harm in the making of that experiment.
And then I posted the same short, again, with a different title, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And what I found is that YouTube actually recognizes that it's the same short.
Same video,
and it doesn't pump it out.
Yep.
But I also, I kind of merged that with taking that one and putting it on the different social media platforms that we have and comparing it. And what ends up happening is while YouTube doesn't push it, the other platforms did. So we ended up, like, the first time it was up, it got like 350 views. The second one only got like 57. But I think the second one was kind of more valuable because it got more plays from Facebook, from Reverb Nation, Bandcamp, or whatever. You know what I mean? So, I mean, just try different things. Some things work, some things don't. It's all a matter of just figuring it out.
Absolutely. And then we all know, I mean, things literally change every day.
Every day.
So
things are gonna change real soon.
Here's a two-part question.
Okay.
And this is probably this will probably like be a good one to wrap it up. I want to ask you about like the most surprising content you've had. What piece of content would you say that from this season did you expect to do the best and it sort of like fell flat? And then as a follow-up to that, what piece of content did you just sort of do, like maybe it was like a throwaway or something, just like an afterthought, and then it like blew up, like but you weren't expecting it?
I think the battle news kind of fell off, and we kind of redid it.
Well, I'll let you give your opinion.
I think the battle news would be the one that like we kind of fell off, not because I think we kind of changed it. We just brought stuff in a different format than that. So then the fictitious statistics and bits like that we started doing. Like I think the next one's gonna be he just made like that third party politics is gonna be a big turn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what's a success? I mean, because when you're putting shorts out and you have something on your in the middle of your podcast, you know what I'm saying? Because the shorts is going to show you different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So really, it's just I have a lot of fun doing the fictitious statistics because it's fun for me. So I think that one's a big hit for me.
Hell yeah.
Like one of those 6-foot bomb big hits. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a good one. And it's fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty interesting question. As far as what I thought would fall flat and didn't, was probably the first freestyle short that we put up. It was the freestyle from episode 2.
Yeah.
Answer Inc. And we were literally just figuring out shorts. Like it was probably one of our first few ones, and it ended up getting like 1,290 some odd views, which is not that great or not bad or whatever, but it got us like 18 subscribers, and those 18 all stayed.
Hell yeah.
Right?
And it shows you look this stuff up, people.
Yeah, I mean,
Really,
I consider that to probably be the biggest win. As far as the biggest flop, I would have to say the biggest flop is probably, so we did some mixtape songs, some older ones, and they only capped out at like 250 for a shorts, and since the shorts push them for an hour, that's not really good. And what I figured out really was people were hating on the old style music, thinking it was new music, but didn't realize like there was some that we put up that we made in like 2014 or 12, and what we really was doing in season 1 was burning through all of the old stuff, because we never really made a push. We never really put ourselves out there. We did shows, we did all that stuff, but we never marketed. We never really advertised. We never really tried to be anything more than just two friends having fun making music. So that would probably be my most disappointing things. But again, there's other factors like trying to figure out the YouTube algorithm.
It's sort of like this black box, and we're all just sort of guessing.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, you watch people's advice, and they're like, one person will be like, put emojis in your title, and another one will be like, don't put emojis in your title, put hashtags in your title, and the other one will be like, only put one hashtag in your title, put 3 in your descriptions, don't forget to put blah blah, and it's like,
and
really?
these people are getting thousands, if not millions, of views just for fucking talking shit.
Yeah,
it's okay.
And in the end, it really
all
comes down to, I think, keeping up with it and to just keep improving, because it only takes one thing. Because even if you take your lowest viewed video right now, let's say you're a new content creator and you're like, I made this video.
We got 2
Why
views.
did I only get 15 views?
Mhm.
Right. That's because you haven't hit the right market yet.
Sure.
You know, so keep pumping things out, and eventually somebody will see something,
Someone's
and that'll
gonna-
spread to the next person.
Someone's gonna like your
And then
slice of
people will
pizza.
go back and watch
They're gonna
the
show
things,
how you fry your
and
gravy.
you'll find that no matter what,
Then we
when
put
you're a
cheese
growing
on it,
artist,
spicy, right?
you can't
Cheese
put
on it.
too much faith in especially the comments you get when you're first starting off,
Totally.
because you're gonna
I
have
love
more
every
hate.
comment that people make.
You're gonna have more haters, you know, than you
Always.
are people.
I just
that-
make sure I love them and say something nice.
Yeah.
Love haters. They're great for engagement.
yeah, but
I just love it what they say, and then I say something nice to them.
yeah, exactly. Kill them with kindness. But in the end, you know, as long as you have all this content, you're creating it. You know, if you make a viral video,
Mhm.
right, then all of a sudden, you know, 1 million people view your page. Well, that video that only had 15 plays or 2 likes will jump substantially because
everything
people are going to
rises,
check
yeah.
everything else. And just because something's been on there, we had, I think there was Blue Cheese video was on there for like 10 years.
Yeah,
Had
big
like
fucking
6
nuggets like this
yeah,
in the video.
and it had like
too.
658 views.
Mhm.
You know, and you know we
Huge
come out
nuggets,
with other
big,
stuff,
huge.
and it has
Glass and Thunderfly.
I don't know, 1,000,
G13.
1,200, 1,400, 1,600 views,
Mhm.
and it's like, you know, made in a
1847.
month.
Hell yeah.
But, you know, we got the
Blackberry
music video we did with
Kush.
you up, and it has like, in 10 years, it has like 10,000 and some odd
Blue
views.
cheese.
But you don't want to get rid of that,
Sure.
because if you get rid of that, it eliminates those views from your profile.
Exactly.
Right? So just keep it up. Who cares
Mhm.
it's been up 10 years and you only
Mhm.
get 10,000? Consider that milepost to
Mhm.
try to beat with your next content.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's some excellent advice.
Yeah, I like that. My dude, thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for-
Always a pleasure coming down to the
I'm
farm.
getting
Yeah.
itchy. I need to roll something up.
I
a
mean,
blunt.
this
need
dude
to roll
right
a
here,
blunt.
we've said it before, we've said it again, can't do enough to appreciate this man.
Yeah.
And
I appreciate
honestly,
you guys,
yeah.
man.
yeah, honestly, I mean,
Comment on his punk rock, so the shit.
yeah, and
Yo, I got my punk Crocs.
You
Punk
see
rock?
that?
Punk Crocs right here. Can you see this?
oh
Sweet.
shit, hold on, which
Yeah,
one
yeah.
are we at?
No, we
hold
gotta
on,
do the other
hold
one.
on, yeah,
Uh,
there
Look,
we go.
look at that. I got them punk Crocs right
Seriously.
here, dude.
So be
Fucking-
careful.
Yeah.
If he
Uh,
stepped on something, it better not be his foot.
Yeah, and you know, in the end, you know,
Don't scuff my punk rocks.
just because you know you're not always around doesn't mean your impact isn't always felt.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
always
I-
there.
even,
I appreciate
even
that,
this,
man.
you know what I mean? Like this was a great idea. We always got to work out some kinks. Season 1.
He was talking
You
about
know?
getting a bunch of like spike bracelets and leather
Oh, yeah.
jackets
Yeah.
and shit, and I said that's not my cup
Next
of tea
season's
anymore.
next season's the punk rock
Yeah,
season.
no, summer's coming. It's the punk rock season. The season of the
Punk
rocks.
rock, Paulie P.
Yeah,
That's
We'll,
a lot of
we'll
P's.
bring all the punk rockers
Punk rock
to Hummer
BBT.
yeah. I don't know.
My
I don't
punk rock name is Bones.
know. I think it'd be more like Polly would be the punk rock. I'd be like the old school 80s hip
I'm gonna have to bring. I'm gonna
like the-
season 2. Mark my words now. I'm gonna bring in some photos of punk rock Paulie P.
Punk rock Polly.
From fucking
I was a
way
big
back
guy.
in
I
the
was a big
day.
dude. I
You
was
should
a
build
big
that
dude.
into the intro.
You should
Yeah.
see some of the pictures of me doing.
Oh hell yeah, man.
When I moved from Plymouth to Marshfield, I wore like fucking cut shorts with sweatpants
yeah.
underneath them and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you jamming
I
out
was
on the
not,
guitar
I
in
was
the
never
parents'
always a
basement.
slave to fashion like I am these days, you know.
This fucking guy has to have a hat that matches with every outfit.
All right,
You should
episode.
see the shit.
Sorry, season 2 coming soon.
Season 2 coming
Thank
soon.
you, everybody. who's,
Everybody that's watching,
participated.
everybody that's
and
participating.
Thank you for everybody who's gonna
Our boy,
fucking participate.
DJ R
We will
X
make you do
M.
this shit.
making shit happen. And in the end,
And don't
Season
call my
2,
fucking phone. Send me a message.
gonna be new and improved. So join us next time, folks.
Season 2.
Peace.
Peace out, sons.
So long, goodbye. Don't worry about me, baby. I'ma be alright. Hip hop to the day we die. So long, goodbye. Till the next time we see the mic keeps back alive. Rewind it. Hip hop to the day we die.
We gotta leave, but believe one day we coming back to once again bless us Mike. GBC be running rap, but we gotta get a little time, put a little business down. You know we getting in this shit soon as we get back around. But for now, I'ma just leave you with this. But this is only the beginning, we just starting the shit. Other MCs put their lips to the CD and wish and soon enough you'll receive another CD of hits. I am a wholehearted MC, never gonna depart. As soon as the show started, you can see he grow the sharpest, but that placed the target on his back. But he survived, now it's GBC and we ain't going back. This is our time, and all rhymes and all signs point to us to being the two of the greatest of all time. And our minds already made up. So long, goodbye, we won't leave this game fucked.